I hear men saying, I believe in equal rights, but I'm not a feminist. The meaning of feminism
is
that. The disparity in the pay gap definitely exists, as a leading man and a leading woman. I also think a lot of people think of it as male bashing, but that's not the case.
Hi Shriya, welcome to the Male Feminist. So nice to have you here. कैसी हो आप?
Thank you for calling me, and I feel like हम ऐसे कुछ हवन करने बैठे हैं यहाँ पे, स्वाहा करने बैठे हैं. जैसे ही और बातें हम करेंगे, we're slowly going to ease into our posture.
हम लोग ना मेल फेमिनिस्ट में क्या करते हैं, हम लोग 3 फेजेस में चलते हैं, ठीक है? तो सबसे पहले हम लोग चाइल्डहुड की बात करते हैं. आपका बचपन कैसा था यार? कैसा होता है क्रिएटिव परिवार में अपब्रिंगिंग, और कैसा रहा वो टाइम?
Incredible. Because I feel like I'm in a house of storytellers. हर रात सोने से पहले पापा मुझे कहानी सुनाते थे.
Perfect.
And original, very, very different. There would be fantasy, there would be drama, these interesting characters, humor. And I feel like I would sleep with so much excitement and such thrill that my dreams would also be like that.
You've spoken about how you're quite close to your parents, but कई बार ऐसा होता है कि जब आप इतने क्लोज हो अपने माता पिता से, तो रेस्ट्रिक्शंस भी थोड़ा मोलभाव होता है. तो आपकी क्या थी ऐसी रेस्ट्रिक्शंस कि अभी आपको इस टाइम पे घर आना है, ये नहीं करना, वो नहीं करना?
मुझे ऐसे कभी बिठा के बताया नहीं गया था कि ये हैं तुम्हारी रेस्ट्रिक्शंस, बट आई थिंक वो एक अनसेड एक रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी मुझे पता थी that if I'm going to be late.
That's who she is, huh? That's by the way, just that she's that person.
But you know what? Maybe, and I was discussing this with my mother. I was like, यार मैंने आपको तंग नहीं किया ज़्यादा. So my mom says, अभी तुम तंग करती हो. जो बचपन में तंग नहीं किया, वो अभी तंग करती हो. I said, fair enough. बचपन में तो I was a very good girl. कभी तो करूँ. There was no scope that much to be a rebel. Maybe जब मैं college में थी and we would go out, तभी I've put my foot down saying I'm going to be late, but I will tell you. पर घर पे कहते हैं ना कि जब तक तुम नहीं आओगी तब तक
हम नहीं सोएंगे.
Today I find parents are much more overprotective, and while my parents are, I feel like both of them at different stages of their life have really somewhere empowered me with just being fearless. Go out there, figure it out, which is great.
So teenage life में, were you the person who would ask the boy out to take the initiative?
I would definitely convey my interest very clearly.
Oh, nice.
In some cases, I have made it happen, but I think the other person has thought that they made it happen.
क्या बात है, very good.
पर मैंने orchestrate किया था.
हाँ, क्या?
Somehow, अगर मुझे कुछ अच्छा लगा है किसी के बारे में, मुझे जाके उन्हें बताना अच्छा लगता है.
हाँ.
अभी वो उसका क्या meaning लेते हैं हमेशा मुझे नहीं पता, but if I like what you're wearing, or I like how you're looking. I'm like, hey, said you're looking great. I'm not going to think that you're like, why is Shriya complimenting me? Maybe she likes me. I don't think like that.
But super fun. That's so nice. Yeah. Then when did you kind of start directing? Because you directed a short film, and I know about it, and it's a super film. But वो फिर कैसे switch होता है कि like you then start doing the creative things in life?
I feel like I always had the mind of a storyteller. Now, whether that's an actor or like a director or a producer, I don't know. I didn't think of it as a label. जब भी मैं कोई भी एक scene देखती थी, या मैं Xavier's जाती थी, and I used to go by train, right? 5 साल में लटक के, do not do that ever. Yeah. But sometimes when you have to catch that train, there's no option, right? जो कहानियाँ हमें देखी हैं, लोगों से हमने बातें की हैं, I always felt कि अच्छा ये फिल्मों में कितना अच्छा होता, या this conversation is so nice. So somehow, without me realizing, I always have gathered these little snippets from other people's lives, from my life. And at some point, I decided that I'd love to, make a documentary or a little short film, and I just went for it.
Nice. I'll tell you why मेरे लिए बहुत important था question, क्योंकि हमारी film industry में directors ज़्यादातर men थे. मतलब आज भी कैमरा मैन ज़्यादा easily बोला जाता है, स्पॉट बॉय बोला जाता है. कई सारे वर्ड्स ही हैं ऐसा. तो एक डायरेक्टर एक फीमेल को लीड करता हुआ एक फंक्शन होना मेरे लिए बहुत.
But just to correct you, like how for example actor, अभी काफी लोग actress नहीं बोलते because actor would be, it's actor, right? Yeah, so the same thing, cameraman, it's not really about it being a man, but I think it's just like a I don't think it has anything to do, in my knowledge, with
but it is.
camera women, man. ऐसे नहीं. Like cameraman would be like.
But it
both.
can be a director of photography. I think that's a fairer, better term.
Yes. Director of photography, yes.
And
but
then more about the art and who's behind.
Yeah.
Because we've spoken about how a film set is, have you had any kind of sexism on the set, or have you seen it happen or heard about stories like that?
That definitely is at many levels. I may not have experienced it in a very obvious way, but in subtle ways there is. And something that I feel very strongly about is the pay parity.
You faced it?
Is, of course. The disparity in the pay gap definitely exists. You know, as a leading man and a leading woman, it's different. And that's something that I struggle to understand. Of course, there are aspects such as market value and all of that, but even within the zone or the realm, I see that it's not easy to match that level. But there are enough good examples also. I'm not saying that always happens, but I have known of cases where it's been a struggle to get that. So, but I feel this is a battle that's been going on forever. It's been going on forever.
You worked with your father for your first film.
Yeah.
तभी ऐसा होता है क्या? Can you give it back, or can you like say that what are you asking of me, or ऐसा कभी कुछ?
My father saw me perform properly on stage for the first time at the NCPA Short and Speed Festival.
Yes.
And तभी एक्टर बनूंगी ये कॉन्वर्सेशन कुछ हुआ नहीं था. They just saw कि मैं रिहर्स कर रही थी. फाइनल परफॉर्मेंस में उन्हें बुलाया. And पापा को मेरा काम अच्छा लगा. And after that, coincidentally, he was actually during that time working on a father-daughter story.
Nice.
Like two strangers who happen to be father-daughter. वो concept था उसका. And he said that, you know, that I've given a chance to several newcomers. You know, many people have made their debut with me, and you know, I want to share the script with you. And I appreciate that. He said, I want to share the script with you. If you like it,
I love the approach also.
Yes, it was not कि मैं chance दे, वो वैसा नहीं था. And
he's pitching himself to you.
No, he was not pitching himself to me.
Oh, no,
he gave me no. He was not pitching himself to me. He basically said, I have this script. If it interests you, if it excites you, if you want to work with me,
it's like
it'll be fun.
It's a collaboration.
Yes, and you know, when we speak about feminism, whether people like to call themselves that or not, or whatever it is, for me, this is a very important aspect of it.
Yeah.
You know, especially for men. Like my father could have taken it for granted, and
100%.
he didn't. So I thought that was lovely. I really appreciate him for that.
And for the stature that he is at.
Yeah.
It's superb. So you've spoken about love and self-love and how there are marriage stereotypes. So ऐसा you also must have come across na, with age about things.
My parents really raised me as an individual, not as a girl or a boy. It was like a genderless upbringing, if that makes sense.
क्या बात है यार,
you know,
superb.
I was raised as a person, right?
Superb.
So then I was given that independence to make my choices. And in that sense, I think आज because of social media होता क्या है, people are comparing the momentum of their life to everything that they are seeing. So that to me is very dangerous. But if you've observed that, then you know that you don't want to get your mind, but it's natural. Say for example, if आपके friend circle में अगर लोगों की शादियाँ हो रही है, फिर आप सोचते हो कि अच्छा करनी है क्या? अच्छा कभी करेंगे? कैसे होगा? Do you want a child? I mean, these are questions you ask yourself.
You've asked about all of these to yourself.
Of course, I've asked myself, and the answers keep changing at different stages of life. I think, of course, every now and then, some member of the family, they won't ask me ऐसे कहीं से आके होगा conversation. But it's fine. There's no stress or there's no pressure. And I always feel like when these things are meant to happen, they'll happen.
You've also seen your parents as a couple and, you know, or their stories that they are showing us. Were there ideas of how romance should be happening from your own kind of story that you were seeing?
I'm a romantic at heart. But I'm a realistic romantic, if that makes sense.
मेरे को नहीं समझा मतलब like
मुझे भी नहीं समझ आता. I'm not an impractical romantic. Does that make sense?
No, it doesn't. I'm going to decode. So, जैसे कि इन्हें लिलीज पसंद है, तो just ऐसे आपको लिलीज को लाके दे रहा है.
Yeah,
that's a good part of romance for you,
but
right?
that can be even friends. So many times I buy flowers for myself also.
Yeah, but that's part of the self-love bit that you kind of go about, na?
Yes, I think I don't mean it in a cliche way, but I think sometimes it's okay to be selfish for yourself if you need time, if you don't have to be obligated to do certain things if you don't want to do them, and it's okay to ask that time for yourself as well, and to give yourself that respect, because at the end of the day, the most successful relationships or any dynamic stays healthy when there's respect between two people. And that is the main thing.
What is feminism for you, and are you a feminist?
Of course, I'm a feminist. I find it really funny when I hear men saying, I believe in equal rights, but I'm not a feminist. The meaning of feminism
Is that?
By the virtue of the fact that the word feminism has feminine in it, people tend to misunderstand that it means woman over man. It's not that. I mean, even the dictionary meaning is equality in different sectors of life, like socio-political,
Perfect.
economic.
In
It's
those
equality.
very words, yes.
It's equality. But this confusion happens because I also think a lot of people think of it as male bashing. But that's not the case. These are just misunderstood ideas of feminism.
Yeah.
So if you believe in equality, you're a feminist.
100%.
And I think it should be acknowledged. There's no reason to shy away from that.
Yeah. I mean, for us, the show's name is a quandary because of the very
Yes.
function that it serves. But it is the truth.
You don't even need to call yourself a male feminist. You're a feminist.
Yeah, I'm a feminist.
Yeah.
But to get that attention and to really draw people's this thing and
Yeah.
say that, you know what, dekho, हम सीखने की कोशिश कर रहे हैं, आप भी कर लो.
And feminism is certainly not male bashing. People have
No.
misunderstood it completely.
What is the message that you would like to give to a 16-year-old self?
Don't be hard on yourself. It's okay that you don't have that one thing that everyone around you has. Like, I had friends who are artists great at that. Then I had other people great at one thing. I felt like as a 16-year-old, I didn't have that one thing that I could say was mine. And at that point, it made me feel a little insecure. But now I look back and I feel like it's okay. Because वक्त लिया थोड़ा, पर आपको मिल गया. So,
और तभी ऐसा दिखने को लगता है, but था कुछ ना कुछ तो
हाँ,
था आपके पास तभी वो
absolutely.
one thing. So what are the things that men should stop telling women?
that at least I'm not like that man. You know what I'm saying?
Wow,
You know what I'm
I know
saying?
what it is. कि मैं कचरा
I'm
है लेकिन
sure
इतना कचरा नहीं है.
because I haven't had anyone say this to me in my life.
Oh yeah, okay.
कभी-कभी even in fights ऐसा बोला जाता है, right? Like whatever, it could be in any setup, in friends or whatever. That listen, I'm not like that person, at least. So your standard can't be another bad person, right? I find that really funny.
Yeah, for
I find
sure.
that,
So how can men be better allies?
listening better and just respect. And I'm sure if you've asked this to the other women, they would all just say this, right? Respect and listening.
कैसा लगा आपको बात करके मेल फेमिनिस्ट?
बहुत मजा आया. It's always fun to talk to you and you're a good listener.
अपन वो एक्चुअली एडवाइस लेके चल रहे हैं
आपके बीवी ने अच्छा ट्रेन किया आपको.
नहीं, अपन ट्रेनिंग करते चले.
Good.
I will give my credit to the ex-girlfriends also.
Nice.
If they wouldn't have taken me to a bra shop, I wouldn't have ever known
Yeah.
what underwear can do.
Yeah.
Or teachers
Yeah.
sometimes,
Yeah.
some women
Yeah.
teachers teaching me. But evolution is constant, so that
For everybody.
everybody.
Yes.
वो एक final superb learning and thank you so much for watching. Comments में बताओ हमारे कि कौन सा आपका favorite moment था. Subscribe करो Hauterrfly को, bell icon वगैरह दबाओ. Bye.